1989, I joined Radio Metro back then. And as a young guy, I was in the early 20s or so. I also imagined this thing to be like a space shuttle. You know, a cockpit, and you're in there, lots of buttons. And I had my own imaginations of what these people are like. Who are they? Why are they so special that they can be in this space shuttle and speak to me like they know me? And really, in a nutshell, that's what drew me in. And I did the usual that most people do, demo tapes, got to know people in the industry. Fast forward, I was on the air. It's a midnight graveyard shift on a Saturday night or something like that. Butterflies all over, but at the same time, immense excitement that I'm going to be here. And you start hearing your voice on the headphones, and then you know you are live on the radio. And that magic has never left me. And one of the things I say often when I do these talks, you get butterflies. So butterflies can be described in many ways. I mean, you get butterflies that deter you from being confident or messes with your confidence levels. I'm talking about butterflies that keep you on your feet all of the time. What I often say, and I'll say to you guys and whoever has joined us on the webinar, is the day the butterflies go, you should probably move into another business, fruit and veg or whatever, because to this day, I'll surprise you, I still get butterflies, but they are good butterflies. They don't deter me or scare me from doing what I need to do, confidently so, but you need to have the butterflies because they remind you of the power of this thing, the power of radio. It is powerful. Radio can start wars, radio can stop wars, radio can spread love throughout the world. That's how powerful this thing is. So as you are contemplating to join this industry that I have been a part of for the last 3 decades, know that this is power. Much as it is powerful to build, it can destroy as well. So you need to be ultimately, you need to be absolutely responsible and cognizant of the power of this microphone. And remember, always structure things that you need to achieve when you go on air. And that's what's kept me going. I set up 3 objectives: to inform, to educate, and to entertain. Now, you don't have to do all 3 when you're starting out, but you've got to say to yourself, after the microphone goes off, after 3 hours, if you're doing a traditional 3-hour show, have I ticked any of those boxes? Have I informed? Have I entertained? And have I educated? As I said, you might not tick all 3 first up when you start out, at least one of them. You've got to set an objective and say, now that you understand the power I've just explained now of this instrument, you've got to ask yourself, did I tick any of those boxes? Now, it doesn't have to be a deep discussion about stopping wars in the world. Just make somebody feel good through the music you play and the messaging that you align to the song that you're playing. You know, you could play, "We Are the World." I'm just thinking off the top of my head. We are the world. You could look at the world situation, whether it's hardships that people are going through. You attach a message to that and you make somebody feel, oh, you know, it's not all that bad. It can get better. So you move away from just that was and this is. If you start there, you start building this confidence of being conversational, because that's what this thing is about. It's a conversation, but remember the key elements, and these guys early on, kudos to them, touched on this. It's not about you, it's always about that person, you, who's joined in right now. When you're on the radio, it's about talking to that one person and you know, strive to achieve at least one of these things. You do that over and over again. You inculcate a culture of professionalism, of knowing the responsibility that comes with this thing. Of course, you have fun in it. People think when you do mandate, as the SABC does, you know, mandate. It is mandate to educate people, to talk about the issues of violence and abuse and all of that. It is mandatory for a public broadcaster to do that. But people, as Nika said, I have straddled most management positions, and one of them was programming, and it cuts across African language stations at the SABC and the commercials, the Metros 5 group, and so on. When you start talking about mandate, people think it should be boring. No, you can make it exciting. But it starts by building the levels of confidence and take on board these things, these objectives that I, over and above playing music, need to inspire, and enrich people's lives. Once you start inculcating that at onset, when you join this business, it will be second nature.